Boxing, Chris Gotti, a friend, and more than that, a guy that adds credibility to this game of boxing that a lot of people, and we know about your reputation. And before we even get into tonight's fight, the thing I've liked about you've always had a deep concern for your fights. What was best for them is what was best for you.
That's right. First and foremost, it's the fighter. This is a boxing business, and I don't fight. The business is in the ring. I take care of the business outside the ring, but without them doing that in the ring, I have nothing to do. So it's always about the fighter first.
And this is one of the true guys who takes care of his fights, one of the class acts of the game. Like Lou DiBella, one of the guys that adds credibility to a sport that so often they try not to give it to. Tonight, Curtis, once again, to me, showed what he's made of, went the distance, and it's like a pitcher. His fastball's not working, but he still won the game.
No question. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say his fastball wasn't working because he hit this kid with some stuff. But, everyone doesn't go down. He did go down when he got back up. And he had great recovery powers. Yeah. He kept coming back. He was a lefty. He's a seasoned veteran. He's 41 with 31 knockouts. He's not a bum. The kid has got a lot left in his tank, and he proved it tonight. And Curtis showed just how much desire and will he has by doing what he did tonight.
Yeah, more importantly, we got a crafty guy, we got a southpaw, and yet
right.
Your man wins the fight.
20 years old, a 20-year-old. This is his 12th fight, professional fight. I don't know how many other 11-0 professionals would have even entertained taking on that kid, Carl, who did a great job by coming in to fight, which he did. And he tried to survive at the end, which he did, which is, again, a hat off to his ability to survive in that ring, because that's a skill. That's definitely a skill that everyone doesn't have, and he has it, because Kurt came at him, and Kurt was good for 8 solid rounds. I'm waiting to see the punch stats, because Kurt, I'm always big on how many punches you throw every round, because I tell him no matter who you fight, if you put that output out of the ring, of the punches, you're going to get somebody, because he's just too strong.
Curtis too reminds me a lot of a Willie Mays, of a Hank Aaron, of a Terry. He's a home run hitter, but he can hit. I mean, he's a hitter with average. And tonight he has more skills than just his knockout power.
I guarantee he out-jabbed the kid tonight, which says a ton about just his fastball, like you put it, because he has a bunch more skills than just that. He's a hell of a boxer, but because his fights are usually short, you don't get to see it. I get to enjoy it in the gym when he's doing 20 rounds of sparring with people, with different 4 or 5 different sparring partners, and he's doing 20 rounds of sparring. That's when I get to enjoy Curtis.
That's two questions. What got you into boxing?
I love boxing. I loved it from the beginning, but Jay Prince, I give him all the credit for really putting me on to the business of the boxing business. But I always loved boxing and been a fan of it since I was little. And but Jay Prince, he really turned me on to it. I tell the story for everyone. He's the one who really opened me up to the business of it and said, you know what, I could do something with this business. Kind
of proud and yet kind of disappointed in Zab's performance against Mayweather, or the Mayweather just that good?
No, never disappointed. Zab didn't disappoint me in that fight. He disappointed me in other fights, and I told him about it, because me and Zab are great friends. You know what I'm saying? I love Zab, and Floyd's a good friend as well. It was a funny fight, but I thought Zab should have beat Floyd. For whatever reason, I still had the faith and confidence in him. I seen it in the first early rounds, and I don't know if anxiety caught up with Zab or what, because Floyd, I seen it in Floyd, that anxiety, the same anxiety, but he weathered the storm, I think, a little better than Zab. And that's usually the difference in championship fights, or who wins and loses. Just the nervous energy that you might have of the hype of that type of fight.
You think there'll be a rematch? Would you want to see a rematch?
I would love to see a rematch, but I don't think it would be one right away. I think Floyd is going to go chase some money, which he has the right to do. He's a great fighter, man. No disrespect to that guy, and he did everything with the utmost class, which is important in this business, because they're trying to ruin this business with no sponsors and things of that nature. So you need to have the class so the corporate America comes back to the business of it. So he did a hell of a job.
And I call you Chris, but we should call you Mr. Gotti, because that's what you are. First class. Thanks for always taking time and being with us, Mr. Gotti.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Doc Stanley working on boxing, one of the absolute best people inside. As they said at Joe Louis, he's a credit to his race, the human race. Doc Stanley working on boxing, Mr. Chris Gotti.